Today I'm not speaking as a Manipuri. I'm no more a Manipuri from the day I saw that viral video of my two sisters being paraded naked, and I'm no more a Manipuri.
One excuse after an excuse. Until today. Today is the first day of the examination and our juniors are sitting here in the protest while their friends are giving examination as we speak. So this is very heartbreaking, very frustrating for us. What are we supposed to do for the time being? We don't know.
Politically, people can have difference, they can fight, but when it comes to students, where are their hearts? Where are their teachers? What are the vice chancellor, the VCs, the teachers doing? Are they now forgetting that they were their teachers? We should speak the truth. We should all condemn people who have raped, people who have killed. They burned, Ton Singh, who is 7 years old. Mother is a Meitei, father just happened to be a Kuki, and auntie is also Meitei. Where is humanity in Manipur? That is for me the story of Manipur. Say, जो Meiteis हम लोग के बारे में जो भी बोल रहे हैं ना, if 50% of what they say is true, by this time they would have killed all of us. Even the government of India would have sent the Indian army and finish us off the face of the earth. Because जो भी कह रहा है, government of India knows it's all a lie. Imphal will burn. I'm telling you, these people will start extortion. There will be late night knockings on your doors. I need 1 lakh. Please give me 1 lakh. Otherwise, I'll rape your daughter or I'll shoot you. ये होगा.
I'm here in Delhi to talk to the Prime Minister. I am not here alone. All of us leaders, we're here to talk to the Prime Minister now. The Prime Minister has to respond. We have a memorandum for him. If you want, I'll read it out. He's the father figure, and he should have stepped in long time back. And if there's one person who can solve our problem, it is Mr. Modi. He has the influence, he has the power, and also we listen to him, right? So who should solve our problem? It's now only the Prime Minister can solve our problem. They were raped, butchered. When they opened the door, it is said the room was filled with smell of sweat, burn or stretch muscles. Not exaggerate, but I think nothing less than 7. Some are hiding because they are afraid to say that I have been raped. 7 Nirbhayas and India is quiet. Is this a matter of human rights or is this a matter of Kuki Zo? It's not. It has gone beyond the confines of the community. The question that I want to ask the Prime Minister is, did you know on the 4th, something horrible happened? Because of the fact that you're here today, right? Our narrative will not die. We will go back to Twitter and fight. We'll fight. You're strong when you can cry and you're strong when you can fight back. We are fighting back. When they're Khamen Lok, they will say that the Kukis come and kill them. Is that possible? They have human rights. We should protect that because we are one Christians and we believe in the universal principles of human rights. We have to escape, right? We have to escape. So here we go. Mera Paibis! Mera Paibis! Mera Paibis! Thank you.
Welcome viewers. Today we have with us Lenn Chongloi. Lenn Chongloi is one of the beacons of fight against the central government as well as state government, state-sponsored violence that is happening against the Kuki Zo indigenous tribal people in Manipur. Today he joins us at DYNT News, DYNT, Democratize Your Nation Today, and our tagline, "Our can one human time." So, Lenn Chongloi, thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you, Sheikh.
Yeah, so Lenn Chongloi is also a representative of the Kuki Inpi, and viewers might have seen him gave a very speech, kind of speech that is seldom heard in Indian political system. On the November 3 rally that the Kuki Zo community did, he was the main person behind that rally or the sit-in, whatever we may call it. So, Len, first and foremost, let us address one thing that certain people are, obstructing the education of medical students in Manipur, especially the Kuki Zo people, the students, MBBS, BDS students, they haven't been given the admit card. Would you like to address what is exactly happening there?
Sheikh, this is a very serious matter, right? This is a matter of not just infringement on their human rights, but it is just purely wicked. It's not just the case of medical students, but there are instances where they have denied the results of our Kuki Zo students from DM College of DM College, which is a premier university in the state. So they have declared the results of the Nagas and the Meiteis and other communities, but they have withhold the results of the students from there. And in terms of medical students, the Meitei students who were displaced from Churchandpur are now, I think, given the opportunity to study in Imphal, and then they are given the opportunity to give the exams. And why not? Why not the same, right? Why not the same rights? So this very specific incident will show you how structural or how the injustice that have been rolled or made to function within that system has led to the conflict, right? And then I mean, Sheikh, when two Meitei students were allegedly killed, right,
Mm.
by whoever they blame, we also felt the same pain. But what are they doing to our students? See, politically, people can have difference, they can fight, but when it comes to student,
Mm.
where are their hearts? Where are their teachers? What are the vice chancellor, the VCs, the teachers doing? Are they now forgetting that they were their teachers? I mean, the blatant disregard for the future of the students, and then how would I put it? I mean, I don't think it has ever happened anywhere in the world. Though
Yeah,
people have a
yeah.
problem with each other, they kill one another. That's another one. But burning the certificates of students, burning away their lives by
Mm.
what? By denying their results, and also by
Mm.
you know giving them no opportunity to study further. And then when it comes to exams now, have you ever heard anywhere in the world that a student who's a bona fide student has been denied their admit cards?
Mm.
भाई ये तो नाची भी नहीं करता भाई ये तो नाची वाला भी नहीं करता. I don't know. I'm very shocked. That is the first time I have heard of results being withheld, classes not given to, I mean, the other universities not accepting them. That is another issue. But admit card deny karna matlab they are considered as a bona fide student, but just to punish
Mm.
them for who they are, the community they belong to. This is very unfair. I mean, I think anyone across the globe should take up this case. It's very sad.
Okay. Okay. Len, recently the ITLF has spoken about self rule, and we see that the Manipuri police and the government is going hammer and tongs at them, and apparently they want to file an FIR or doing certain legal steps against them. What is this self rule, and what is the difference between self rule and the demands of the Kuki Zo? Is self rule any different than union territory or sixth schedule as demanded by the Kuki Zo?
Sheikh, during the freedom movement, there was this demand for home rule, right?
Mm,
So, whatever self rule the General Secretary of ITLF has talked about, as far as my understanding goes, it is not different from, uh, whatever that they demand under the, constitution, right? I mean, there is no
mm,
government in the hills. You're aware of that since you were a part of that thing, right? वहाँ पे government है ही नहीं, तो if they don't govern themselves, who will, right? So I think the context was in that context. Now, if I think of committing a crime, is it a crime? No. I have asked this question on my tweet this morning. If you think of something, or if you talk of something which is, far-fetched, are you culpable? Are you legally, wrong, or is action can be taken against you? Manipur mein to, just because somebody forwarded a post against the CM,
mm,
FIR has been, fired against them, right? And for historians to write a history book and to review that, FIR mil raha hai. Today I'm speaking to you, right? मुझे भी FIR मिल सकता है. What does it
mm,
matter? FIR has become a joke. Now,
mm,
when it comes to Mr. Mon, the way I understood when he says self-rule, since there are no governance, forget about good governance. Good governance तो छोड़ो भी भाई. Bad
mm,
governance तो छोड़ो भी. वहाँ पे government है ही नहीं. The
mm,
state has given up. Given up. Even the center, I don't know what they're doing. But whatever has happened, the ITLF is saying that if no solution is given to us in the interim, right, we want to ensure that health services and other, educational services, when Mr. Montombing talks of
mm,
self-rule, in his sense, he means a mechanism or a governance structure which we, the Kukis, even the tribals or the First Nations across the globe, right? Before even the advent of the British, we used to govern ourselves in the villages. So in some form, I think he meant something close to that. Now, for instance, if the government of India doesn't give us the separate space or a state or a UT where we are safe and where our lives are protected, in the meantime, what do? You can't say people don't get sick. You can't tell children don't study. What do? You have to work backwards, forward, and talk to other people and to the government, whatever. If the government of Manipur is not listening, you have to talk to the government of India. Say, even if Manipur is not providing us those services which are required for survival of the citizens, at the end of the day, we don't feel safe in Manipur. But hum to rahe, we are Indian citizens, right? So
mm.
we have to demand our rights as an Indian citizen. So I think it was in some way, a means to say that we are desperate. We need the government of India to step in. The self-rule should be not from government of Manipur, but a mechanism where our people maybe use a traditional mechanism of governance, rule ourselves so that in the interim, before we get the separate administration, a separate UT, or maybe a state, we have something to look after ourselves. That's what he means. If he means any
Okay.
other thing, it's up to the government of Manipur to ask him or government of India to clarify from him.
Yeah, I have a question, Len. Like, Schedule 6, kind of solves the issue, but why is Schedule 6 not there in Manipur, and why does the Meiteis, they want inner line permit, which is also not there in Manipur? Why is it
See,
happening like this?
I got your question.
Mm,
See, the problem can easily be solved within the four corners of the Indian Constitution. The Indian Constitution protects the tribals, right? And also takes care of the general people, right? Now, where do
mm,
you see urban development, growth, progress? It's not in the tribal areas. It is in the urban center where the advanced people live, and the tribals migrate slowly towards that to be a part of that progress. Now, the question is, if you keep denying people what has been granted to them by the Constitution of India, there's always a point, right? A breaking point, a point of inflection. So that is what even the sixth schedule has been kind of guaranteed by various recommendations of the government of India. All tribal areas should either be within the sixth schedule or the fifth schedule. Why is it being denied in Manipur? You ask them. You ask the powers that be in Manipur. It makes no sense, even not even logical. It's
mm,
totally, plain and blatant discrimination. Had these people had a little bit of a vision, six schedule, in all the northeastern states, there's six schedule. Nobody's stopping it. Rather, it's encouraged by the government of India. Even now,
mm.
also, even during this time of conflict, also, if the government of India is serious, they can just. I mean, they have already recommended the six schedule, so why not just implement it? That way, the
Mm.
tribals will feel secure, and maybe peace and reconciliation could be something that we can work on. Maybe, we might not stay in the
Oh,
same state, but we are neighbors,
yeah.
right? We were
Mm,
friends. We were, a part of the same state. We were
mm,
Manipuris together until they rape us sisters and chase us out of
mm,
Imphal, right? Where we shared a
mm,
state capital. Now, when you chase a
mm,
section of your own Manipuri society, call them whatever you call them, and then expect Manipur integrity. How does that work? It doesn't work. See, the
Yes,
virus of hatred
agree.
comes somewhere when
Agree.
yes, it comes.
Even the territorial integrity of Manipur is not supported by majority of the MLAs. Also, only 23 MLAs support Biren Singh. Otherwise, the 37 MLAs they don't support integrity of
See,
Manipur.
when a state says you took an oath to save, you know, within the state of Manipur, you took an oath for integrity of Manipur. That is something they don't understand. You take an oath to save, to fight for the boundaries or to save India as a unit, not a state. Why does India have Article 3? To merge it, to make it bigger, economically, socially, or politically otherwise. So that has been a part of the constitution. So what we are asking for is nothing out of the constitution. It's there in the constitution. When you can't stay together, it's not about breaking Manipur. The southern part and some parts of Manipur where we live was never a part of the maps that constitute, Kanglei Park. It was Kanglei Park. There
So,
was our lands. There were the
mm,
Naga lands. The lands that inhabited by the Nagas, and they were formed together to make Manipur. It was a beautiful experiment, but somebody had to burn it down. That's not me. That's not the Kukis. Now there's a lot of theory going on in the intellectuals among the Meiteis that the Kukis want to get raped, want to get killed because they have in mind to get a separate state. How ridiculous that sounds to you, Sheikh?
yeah,
They
yeah.
would they would say that they would say that you guys have in mind of getting a separate state, so you don't mind being raped. Come on, how do you even convince yourself?
Mm,
Dekho, bhai, my teachers were Meiteis, right? But I never know them as Meiteis. Even my office, no, I went back this time and nobody knows that I'm a Kuki. They talk to me saying about Manipur because I used to tell I'm a Manipuri. But no more, Sheikh, no more after the viral picture. No
yeah,
more. I'm not going to
yeah.
share the same, Manipuri tag with those people who rape and then sanction the rape publicly. How do I share
Mm,
the same name? No. First
mm.
arrest them, give justice to the sisters who were raped. Then maybe we can talk about other things. Not now. Human rights are human rights that independent of your political aspiration, your differences. Manipur में जो हो रहा है ना Sikh, very sadly, humanity itself is being shamed in Manipur. You know, when I spoke in Delhi,
Mm.
I choked. I choked. I mean, I was hurting to talk about Manipur. But then we have to talk. We have to come to a solution where we, even if we don't want to be in the same state, we can't keep on killing one another. So I had sent out the invite to everybody. I don't care whether you're a Meitei, a Kuki, an Indian, American, but let us first fix the human rights abuses or human rights violation that is in Manipur.
Yeah, understood, Len.
The human rights
Understood. I
violation in
understood.
Manipur,
Yeah,
unfortunately or fortunately, is on the Kuki side. So it sounds biased when I talk about it, right?
yeah. I second question I have to you. We know how in Bangla we say cook khato, mane very notorious. Female Akoijam has been very notorious. He's an intellectual of the Meitei, a professor who teaches at JNU, but he has been making very notorious statements. Like one statement he made was that he compared you to Pakistanis and tried to demonize the Kukis as Pakistanis were seeking Union territory. And he has also said that apparently warfare against Kukis is failing and the Kukis are winning the narrative game. That is why we intellectuals must come together and try to fight the narrative game. What is your take on this? This guy is blatantly saying whatever he wants to say, and state is not doing anything.
No, Sheikh, Bimol Akoijam has good qualities, very good ones. He's a good orator, I believe. But over a period of time, he has lost his way. Out, he is in JNU, must be a respectable, professor for his students, and he should maintain that. What is the most intellectual, capital or important thing for intellectual? Your honesty, right? Intellectual honesty. Over a period of time, the time he appeared at the current Thapar, interview, he sounds kind of okay, but ends up with a propaganda, still tolerable. And over a period of time, he also joins the bandwagon, the popular voice, which as an intellectual, he knows it's wrong. Now he's good in crafting some narrative, right? Some narrative which are blatantly ridiculous and I mean doesn't suit the stature of a person's teaching in JNU. But still, I think he's somebody who can, turn things around if he really thinks through. He's an intellectual. But then, Sheikh, being a PhD doesn't make you an intellectual.
Yeah.
Being a PhD or having a doctorate doesn't make you an intellectual. Your honesty as an intellect. Now, in Manipur, I appreciate the fact that he's asking for the Meitei intellectuals to respond to us. Respond to what? The question is what, Sheikh?
Respond to truth.
We are talking, speaking up, tweeting against what is a lie. We are just saying कि आपने जो बोला है वो गलत है. वही बोल रहे हैं हम लोग. We are not creating anything new. Now the point that he's making is the Kukis are occupying a narrative space. He's right. People can see through the tons and tons of lies. But I appreciate the fact that in spite of the weak foundation, right? The foundation on which they have to fight back at us. It's all based on lies. It's like a pack of cards. उसमें खड़ा होके हम लोग से लड़ना है. The self-belief, the pride, the kind of intellectual arrogance that they have that they can win based on a fight against the truth through lies is something admirable. But then, we don't have to be smart. We don't even have to be, very good in saying what we have to say. Because whatever I say to you today, have I spoken one lie? No. Now you come to our lands, right, in big numbers, and you try to burn the entire villages, and then you get killed in the process while you're celebrating your victory. I'm just telling you the instance of Kamenlo. Now we have
we have covered it. Right? We covered it very well. We covered it very well.
That's a new word now, right? So, Professor Bimol Akoijam, I think has some influence on the Meiteis. And if he, stops those narratives like, comparing the, the call for direct action with
direct action day. He said
separate
that.
administration. That's ridiculous.
Quite banal.
Kuki's demand for separate administration within the Constitution of India.
Yeah.
I mean, how does he try to sell that? Not just because it's from JNU. It doesn't make sense. Say, I mean, either he's trying to blatantly believe that he can turn anybody into a buffoon and believe in whatever he's saying, or whether he is really convinced that people are so foolish that they will listen to anything he writes. But the thing that he should do is the Meiteis listen to him. He should speak the truth. We should all condemn people who have raped, people who have killed. They burn, Tonsing, who is 7 years old. Mother is a Meitei, father just happened to be a Kuki, and auntie is also Meitei. Where is humanity in Manipur? That is for me the story of Manipur, Sheikh. Now, Professor Bimol will never talk about that. Have you seen it any of the tweet? Has he ever responded to me? Don't mind.
He it's a very weird kind of a
उनको सवाल पूछ रहे सही सवाल पूछ रहे
True.
हाँ
It's a very weird. It's a very
really
weird
absurd. No, but then the thing is that I hope there are some Meiteis who are much smarter and who can see through what is happening in Manipur. And then we can all come from from wherever we are now, and then revive ourselves, or maybe probably pull back ourselves, use the power of the truth. In the Bible it says, right, the truth shall set you free. Manipur can only be reconciled, can come back to its senses if you all speak the truth. The worst thing that has happened in Manipur this time is the lie. The lie that Meiteis are a threat, which is like 54% versus a small minority of 16%, right? 16%. I mean, any mathematician would know that is, that is just dumb and impossible to the, improbability is like pretty high. Anyone who knows probability would start to laugh. But the fact that there was this young guy who started maybe a YouTube or something, and he said, I'm so sorry, our Meitei women and sisters are being raped in Churchandpur. blatant lie, and also unconfirmed. Nothing has been done to this guy, and that whole rape and it's called retributive rape. I will show you who your people has raped our girls, so now you're going to pay for it. That was done by one wrong messaging by a young person. Where is he today? Say, जो हमारा घर में आके मरने के लिए जो आता है, maybe they got shot, they got killed. I don't know. I'm not in those areas. But उसके लिए भी, even if they're killed or if they're missing, we don't know where they are. But then the NIA will come in, the CBI will come in. ऐसा लग रहा है कि इस कंट्री में है ना मेजोरिटी है तो सब सही है ना, और CBI और NIA से लेके जो whatever belongs to the majority. Is that the India we all fight for? Is that the India we all dream of? Now the only institution that is standing with the poor, the destitute, the marginalized, and also with the marginalized within the majority. Anyone who speaks the truth is the Supreme Court only that is standing. So this country is held together by the highest court of the law. That is the only hope that we have. Now the government of India is run by the BJP. Modi ji or Amit Shah ji, admirable hai bhai. Election after elections they're winning. But कब सीखोगे how to govern the country? कब? 10 साल तो हो गया भाई. अरे इलेक्शन जितना आता है देश को चलाना नहीं आता. सीखो भाई. नहीं तो छोड़ दो भाई. Before you there was India. After you there be India. है ना? सही बोल रहा हूँ कि नहीं? After you there be India. Before you there be India. Yeah. Why do you want to spoil the fabric of that country, where we say unity in diversity? आजकल तो क्या है? People are so afraid even to say that word, unity in diversity. They want to say कि जो majority है वो सही है. कभी होता नहीं है. You be popular. If you want to be like, you're never right. If you're right, people dislike you. People will, talk about you. Doesn't matter. Say what you say, what you stand for, what you think is the right thing, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Courage to be Disliked. I think that I would choose as my favorite book. I think these politicians should read that book.
Okay, Lenn, I have another question for you now. Imphal Times has projected that the slain Kuki people, one of them, I think 2 of them were police personnel. I think Imphal Times has projected
they are part of the IRB.
Imphal Times has projected them as Kuki militants who have died in gun battle. This kind of lie.
No, not just a militant Sheikh. They were called Kotu, members of the Kotu something. Kotu is basically a CSO, right? A form to respond to the emergency. So what does it mean, a member of the Kotu? I'm also a member of the Kotu. I'm members of the ITLF. I'm also a member of the Kuki Inpi. I'm also a member of the Jomi Council. I can also be a member of the Mizo People's Council. I can also be the member of a Mar Council. Doesn't matter. But whenever we kill, लिखने के पहले, there are no more journalists in Imphal. There are only Meiteis journalists. That is the problem of Manipur. The problem of Manipur is defined by one word, Meitei. As long as the Meiteis stood for Manipur, stood for a Manipuri identity, we were all fine. We were all brothers. हिमिन ने से कोई सुना है क्या कभी ये गाना? बहुत सुंदर गाना है. हिमिन ने से कोई माने हम सब साथ में जीते हैं.
Okay.
अभी for a few years, the government of Manipur cannot pay probably Doordarshan or any of the channels or radio. They are not producing that song anymore. But I grew up in that generation where a person is a Meitei, a Naga, a Kuki, doesn't matter. He's either a friend or somebody you have to fight with. Some people you ignore. But then always our identity was Manipuri. And the Meiteis being the majority, they have a responsibility, and also they were holding the glue together. Now, when the Meitei starts to think of only the Meitei interest and is someone at the top, you know who I mean? You want me to take the name? My FIR is about to come, so what do I care?
You can take.
First one who lied. He lied to the Meiteis that आप लोग क्या करोगे भाई? Your land is shrinking, which is a lie. Land never shrinks, right? I've told you about the theory of the Nile River. The Nile River creating an oasis or a fertile land along the river, and that is what is Egypt basically, right? Egypt is what? The Nile civilization. What is Manipur basically? Is the Imphal Valley or the valleys that we have. The hills are what? They might perhaps be good for other things, but for settlement, because we're all plains people now in some way. The hill people also want to live in a plain area or maybe a valley. So the pressure in the hills is pretty high. Now the Meiteis have been fed a lie by the propagandists and also by the top guy, the CM, which is my understanding, allegedly, let's say. Now, because I said the theory or the hypothesis says that the CM was the first one to lie. Everybody knows the way he lied. So,
Yeah.
am I going to get an FIR? Welcome to the show. It's a badge of honor. Now, the thing is here, when the majority who is in control of everything under the sun, right? Obviously, the police, the top bosses are the Kukis. So, it's like pain for the Meiteis, perhaps, but then they're the most visible part of the administration. In other spheres of life, drama se leke, theater se leke, education se leke, politics se leke, they have 40, 20, right? 40 seats and we have 20, they're 2, 10, 10. And the Nagas and the Kukis also don't see eye to eye. So
Yeah.
40 people controlling 10 people, let's say, you have the control of everything. What was the need to, how can you even feel threatened? I don't understand, say. Now, you know how much land we own in Imphal? Nothing much. I own what? 40 into 100 feet. That's all I own in Imphal. How can that be a threat to them? And how much do I pay?
Yeah, I agree.
Sheikh, Imphal, Meiteis are doing very well because they're all crorepati's today. They don't realize that. The moment we don't buy, the moment all the tribals and all the non-Meiteis, Mayangs, live in Imphal, you know what will happen to the real estate price in Imphal? It'll crash. इतना भी अकल नहीं है क्या सब एजुकेटेड बोलता है सब डिग्रीज है इतना भी सोचता नहीं है वो लोग इनफाल टाइम्स तो पढ़ना ही छोड़ो वो न्यूज़पेपर नहीं है इट्स वर्स देन पेज 3 इन अ गॉसिप कॉलम
I think it is worse than toilet paper. I think it is worse than toilet paper. I think
toilet paper is better, yeah. It's white in color. उनका तो छपा हुआ है ना. Forget it. That's not journalism. It's all yellow. Just that it's printed in black. It's all yellow. The journalists who are Meiteis should know they have an ethics as a professional journalist. सब भूल गया. हमारे पास तो है ही नहीं. We are all basically judges, bureaucrats, right? And some of us are first generation entrepreneurs and in management. But otherwise, what are we basically? From our forefathers, we are judges, we are bureaucrats, or we are farmers. We am. So yeah, in terms of waking up as a doctor, what should be sacrosanct to you? Your Hippocratic oath, right? As a journalist, what should be sacrosanct to you? Your adherence or your belief in what you write is the truth. Now, the moment you blatantly know what you write is wrong and you write, that means you're betraying not only your professional ethics but your own people. People who think they're represent the Meitei address are the people who do the worst. People, they think they hate me because I speak the truth. Plato says those who speak the truth are the most hated. Let me hate them. Let them hate me. But I speak for their good. Why? Because without the truth, Manipur, abhi to hum log chhod ke aa gaya. We are not in Imphal. Imphal will burn. I'm telling you, these people will start extortion. There'll be late night knockings on your doors. I need 1 lakh. Please give me 1 lakh. Otherwise, I'll rape your daughter or I'll shoot you. Ye hoga. There are now, according to the army general, Lieutenant General, Mr. I think it's Kalita, there are 4,000 arms still floating in Imphal with the civilians.
Yeah.
That is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for disaster. We are not going to be in Imphal now. But for those people in Imphal, आपको जो सच है ना, सच को भी नहीं बता पाओगे. वो बोले कि मेरे पास बंदूक है, तुमको ये बोलना है कि मेरा नाम जोकर है, तो बोलना पड़ेगा. So all the Meiteis who are even right-thinking people, even Bablu Loitombam cannot speak. What he knows is to be the truth. It's gone. That society is gone. So that is what I pray for my society.
Yeah, understood. Len, sorry to cut you. I have a question because you talked about General Kalita. That is why I want to talk about this. Recently there was a headline that Assam Rifles CEO abates Myanmar-based Meitei, militants infiltration bid to India. Indian Meitei in the army sector, they are helping out the Burmese Meitei. But still, it is you guys who are being targeted as narco-terrorists. You are getting targeted as separatists. But in reality, it is the Meiteis who are doing separatism and are fighting against India for more than 55 years. What's your take on this?
See, these are, Sheikh, बात करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज देयर सिक्योरिटी apparatus and the intelligence apparatus. उनको सब पता है. Okay, we are the minority. जो मेतेइस हम लोग के बारे में जो भी बोल रहे हैं ना, if 50% of what they say is true, by this time they would have killed all of us. Even the government of India would have sent the Indian army and finish us off the face of the earth. Because जो भी कह रहा है, government of India knows it's all a lie.
Okay.
The real narco terrorists are across the border. Who are across the borders? Basically, the Meitei, uses. And very
Insurgent
sadly,
groups.
they also have to fund their operations because Korkom wala na PLA of in Manipur and PLA of China. Link to hai. Chinese cartel, the drug cartel, and these people, they have a link. ये सबको पता है. इटोचा cartel तो सुना होगा. There is not a Kuki cartel, boss. There is a Meitei cartel. Now even journalists like Subir Bhomik, he knows so much. He even stopped speaking. वो थक गया है. I also don't give interviews. I came to you, I delayed it for almost 5 months because no one wants to talk because it's so obvious. ये सबको पता है. But the thing is, the problem that we had is everybody focused on the news east of what? I mean, west of Moreh. Moreh is an important town inhabited by the Kukis, right? The Kuki Zo people. And then west of Moreh is Myanmar. So if you call the Kukis Myanmaris, there are a lot of Meitei staying in Myanmar. Makes no sense. If you call the Kukis Bangladeshis, Bangladesh में Meitei कम है क्या? If you call, people, start questioning people, you used to stay in Assam or you used to stay in this, that, now you're not part of Manipur. ऐसा बोलेगा तो I'm told that even Biren is from Kachar. I don't know. Kachari है वो indigenous भी नहीं है. Now there are some Meiteis who are pure blood Meiteis. They say, I don't know, historians have to tell me, that they're very close to the Chin Kuki group. जो tribal demand जो किया है Meitei लोग, मार तो रहा है Chin Kuki को, but वो लोग SD demand किस नाम में किया है पता है? Sheikh, in the name of Chin Kuki group, part of the Chin Kuki group.
Same language group. Same language group. They said.
Language, whatever the memorandum they're submitting to the commission for recognition as ST, लिखा क्या है? They said Meitei as per Grierson is the most advanced, Chin Kuki language, group of language, which is what? Tibeto-Burman. So Meitei लोग कर क्या रहे? Have they forgotten history, or have they been, blatantly blinded, or has somebody, given them an idea, not from the Meitei side, maybe from some other source, which the Meiteis also don't understand. I understood a few things, but I will tell you in the next interview. I know where the main big brain is sitting.
Okay.
Big brain is telling Biren,
Understood.
कि तुम ये करो. इसलिए तो वो बोल रहा है, he is cooperating.
Yeah.
Cooperating what? Genocide? What? I want to know what is he cooperating for? The governance तो दे नहीं रहा है. He's not governing the state the way he should. So even the CM of Manipur forgets that he is the Manipuri CM. He now thinks and operates as a Meitei CM. That is the problem of Manipur. The Manipur problem is not even between two communities. It's the Meitei-centric mindset. The CM himself thinks, acts, does like a Meitei, not as a Manipuri. Had we all think like a Manipuri, will you rape your own sisters? Will they kill their own nephews? 7 years ago, burn karega koi? Will the mother say, I give you the right to rape? We have stood to a level, Sheikh. Being a Manipuri once, I'm ashamed. और इंडिया के लिए एक चीज होता है शेख, मणिपुर में जो हो रहा है ना, इट्स नॉट एन आइसोलेटेड इंसिडेंट. 7 निर्भया हुआ है, 7. सब मस्ट बी हिडन. एक निर्भया है दिल्ली में. द होल ऑफ इंडिया स्टूड फॉर हर. व्हाई कांट वी स्टैंड फॉर द 7 निर्भयास? Maybe they're not told, it's a mistake, it's a failure. We're going to tell them, अरे भाई 7 हुआ है, निर्भया है, आप खड़ा नहीं होगे, आपका इंसानियत मर गया क्या? These are the questions. These are the things that we have to tell our fellow Indians. Once they know, they'll be also shocked. Now, I think the Prime Minister also is too shocked to even speak. क्या बोलता है?
Yeah.
देख के ना, तो
30 seconds he spoke only 30 seconds, but he goes and consoles Indian cricket team.
उसके आगे देखे तो he didn't say a thing because he must be also shocked. मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ? ऐसा आदमी ऐसा कर सकता है क्या? ऐसा ये सोच रहा होगा. But I don't know. But as the father figure, he should have consoled us. He should have solved our problem. है ना? ये होना चाहिए. लेकिन आप नहीं बोल सकते कि अमित जी देख रहा है. नहीं होता भाई. You are the prime minister of this country. You are elected to do a few things which you only can do it. नहीं तो क्या? Home minister से शुरू हो जाता. Prime minister का जरूरत नहीं है. Now the prime minister is saying कि अमित देख रहा है सब. देख तो रहा है, लेकिन on ground में क्या हो रहा है? You know ना, on ground में क्या हो रहा है? कुछ improvement नहीं है.
Agree, completely agree. Len, thank you. It is also, I also want to thank you because you said that you were going to do another interview with me. Okay, we are going to discuss the other nitty-gritties of Manipur. Thank you for your time. So, this is Lenn Chongloi. Lenn Chongloi is a Twitter warrior also, and he has been trying to do whatever is required to safeguard humanity and make sure that the Kukis get their political demands and justice for the Kuki Zo women as well as the marginalized among the Kuki Zo. Everything is addressed by the Indian state. Thank you, Lenn Chongloi. So, viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, DYNT. And please understand that we as Indians have to do something about the community that has fought for India's independence. These are the people who actually fought for Subhash Chandra Bose. If we cannot do anything for them, then it's shameful to be considered as an Indian. Thank you for watching DYNT.